Okay, so let's come back to the topic. Okay, so here you have written the authors and then their affiliations. Okay, so now the important thing, that is the abstract. What you have to do for the abstract, you have to summarize every single portion. Okay, your abstract should be the most comprehensive thing that is in your whole article, aside from your central illustration. Central illustration is important, then abstract is also very important. Why? Because some journals are paid journals, okay? And the whole thing depends on this thing, that you are your abstract is good enough that someone else is reading it, and then they're buying the article, and then they're buying the subscription to the journal and stuff like that. So in your abstract, what you do is you don't go on and write anything as random as it can be. Okay? Every single line is a weighted line. Without this line, your abstract would have been incomplete. Okay, it should be like that. If I'm writing extra stuff like this was this and this was that and that and this was important and that's why we did this and stuff like that, that will decrease the quality of our abstract and make our and reduce the quality of our whole manuscript. Okay, so here what we can see that in the introduction, in the background, the US population is aging with concurrent increase in heart failure burden. However, the heart failure mortality among 75 years have not been investigated, and that's why they are investigating it. Just a single two-liner explanation that why have they done this research. And then the objectives and then the methods. Methods are mostly the same for all CDC wonder analysis. And then results, they have focused on the results the most, and then the conclusion. One tip that's mostly followed, that is, you have to in the journal that you want to get your article published, go into that journal, see their article that's like the trending article, or that's like one of the highest read article or most viewed article, and open it up and see how they have written it. That's like the most foolproof way of getting your article published in a good journal. Okay, just go into the journal where you are targeting, or you think that your article is comparative to them. Okay. Like, for example, I will show you guys in the next session how to choose a journal. Even you are just reading their articles and in the issue, and you see that they are mostly related to your article, that they are on the same caliber as your article, so you can publish in that journal. And what I will do is I will open up any of the article that's recently published and see how they have written that article. And I will try to copy that format. Okay, so now from here, the introduction is starting. Cardiovascular disease remains the leading cause of disability and death in the United States, responsible for 1 in 4 deaths. And then we have the reference. And then we have the heart failure. Firstly, they have discussed about the cardiovascular disease, and then they have moved on to the heart failure, mortality, and heart failure disease. Next thing that they have done is that it increases with age. And firstly, they have discussed about the older adults, and then why they have chosen the older adults. Okay, they have explained that thing, why they have gone for the more than 75. And then a short paragraph showing why was it important to go for this research. So the introduction is not a very big, um, it's not very lengthy. It's just, I guess, around 500 words. Let me check. That's another thing that's important, because if I am targeting this journal, what I will do is I will try to copy the format as much as I can, and that will increase the chances of my publication. Okay. So there are just 216 words. Okay. So I have to just write an intro of 216 words. I don't need to go for like a very lengthy intro for my article. Next thing, methodology, we have already discussed. Results, we have already discussed. We have discussed the figures, the table, the central illustration, and all that stuff. Now, the most important thing, that is the discussion. We are coming to that part. In the discussion, the more you have done the literature review, the more pretty your discussion would be. Okay. For example, if I ask, if I simply go in the AI perplexity and give him the results, let me share the results with him. Okay, let me show you guys that what's the difference between you and an AI. Okay. Otherwise, people would be just getting their research from done from AI. Why do they need you guys to do a research? And Okay, so let me show you guys what's the difference between an AI and what's the difference between you. Mostly I take help from AI, okay? It's not like that I just fake around and say, no, AI is not good, you should not use it, it just causes stuff and stuff. No, it's not like that. You should be using AI. It helps you, it makes your article nice, it improves the vocab and all that stuff. I always take help from AI, okay? But you have to make sure one thing. Okay, I just ask him, help me write the discussion of this CDC wonder analysis article. Here are the results. Okay, and how long a discussion I want? I want around 800 words, 25 references, discussing each component separately. Okay, let's just press the button and see. Okay, let me check. Okay, so the discussion, they have explained every single thing. First thing you have to do is you don't have to make separate headings in your discussion. It would be in continuity and it would be in proper paragraphs. There you should not add, you should not be adding the headings. Okay, but the thing you can see here is mostly what the AI does. It just gives always the same reasons for the decline, for the rise, that for the increase, it's just say because of the improvement in technology. For any decline, it will say suggest that for advancements in health technology, there was a decline, and for any increase, it would just suggest some reason. Okay, but if you have done a comprehensive literature review of your topic and you are interested in that topic and you know that in 2022 this for example, I was doing a research on atrial fibrillation, and there was this thing that in 2022 this was discovered. So that would help me to write a better discussion saying that why was there a decline in after 2022, okay? Or if I am interested in um, something like that, some procedure was introduced like cabbage and some new kind of cabbage or laparoscopic techniques and stuff like that. So I can write better, okay, in that way. So it's better to spend one day, or I suggest a week, doing a proper comprehensive literature review as much as you can on your article. This will save you months of effort, okay? So here it has mentioned that because there are more deaths in nursing homes and long-term care facility because the people are poor, they are frail, comorbids are there, and limited access to acute intervention and stuff like that. And then again, national trend documenting reduction due to enhanced strategies and therapeutic intervention, and just all that stuff. So it's written very beautiful and it's good. And sometimes it sometimes helps you find the specific cause. Why was there an increase and why was there a decline? Okay, you can take help from AI and for even for the references and stuff, but always try to do everything something by yourself because the human brain is very powerful in making comprehensive analysis. Okay, so here we are back to the article. We have discussed about the discussion thing. You have to explain every trend. You have to explain why was there an increase, why was there a decline, why different races are affected differently, and why was there a difference in their gender. And mm, then we have the geographical regions, and then we can go for this. Okay, this was the discussion part. You can even check the length and stuff like that. Okay. Study limitations we discussed before, even in the previous session. And then we have the conclusions, perspectives also we discussed, abbreviations, and then we have the funding support. Okay. So you have to make your discussion good. In the next session, we will be discussing about the journal and about other simple stuff.